Both teams came out hot to start the game, with Indiana having a 29-28 edge after 10 minutes. The second quarter was much different. The two teams combined to score 29 points, shooting a combined 32% from the field in the period. At halftime, Indiana's lead was 44-42. Neither team could get any rhythm in the third quarter because of the disruptive defense each team played with. Heading into the final quarter, Indiana was still holding on to a 2-point advantage. After leading by a point to 4 points, Indiana went on an 8-1 run to take a game-high 9-point lead, following Caitlin Clark's only 3 of the contest. Indiana would fend off Connecticut the rest of the way in the final 3. Kelsey Mitchell, once again, led the Fever in scoring with 20 points in their 85-77 win.
I thought Connecticut did a really good job of being disruptive, more disruptive than we've seen the last few games. They got into us. They disrupted our rhythm, timing, and flow. And we had to find different ways to win. And sometimes you have to win ugly. And we were fortunate to be able to do that.
Welcome to the fans' pregame coverage for tonight's Indiana Fever game against the New York Liberty. I'm Eddie Garrison, and today marks game 23 of 44 of the season for Indiana. In the last 10 games for the Fever, Kelsey Mitchell is averaging 21.9 points per game on 53% shooting. Head coach Stephanie White spoke after the game last night about this recent stretch of dominance.
I don't know if there's anything that's any different. I just think that she's in a rhythm, and we're doing a better job of finding her. She's so active and she moves without the ball, and we have certain actions that we can get her to get downhill. I think the biggest change is she's been on balance. Oftentimes she gets going so fast that she gets off balance, and Breanna January has really been talking to her about being on 2 feet. And it's made a difference. It's made a difference in her ability to decision make and her ability to finish. And we're getting her the ball in positions that she can be successful.
Tonight's opponent for the Fever is the 14-6 New York Liberty. After starting the season 9-0, New York is 5-6 because of Jonquel Jones missing some time with an ankle injury. She has not played in their last 8 games after exiting early in their June 19th game against the Phoenix Mercury. On the season, they're 8-1 when she plays. In the season series, New York is 1-1 against Indiana, with that win coming with Jonquel Jones because she was the best player on the floor for New York in that game, recording 26 points and 12 rebounds. In their 102-88 loss to the Fever on June 14th, the Liberty were without Jones and were led by Sabrina Ionescu with 34 points. Indiana's leader was Caitlin Clark, tallying 32 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. Now it's time for tonight's Keys to the Game, brought to you by the Hubler Automotive Group. As always, Hubler's got you covered for 200,000 miles. Number 1 for Indiana is that they have to dominate the paint. Their offensive success tonight is going to rely on Natasha Howard and Aaliyah Boston with no Caitlin Clark. Since Jonquel Jones injured her ankle, New York is giving up 38 points in the paint per game, second most in the WNBA. During that same time span, Indiana ranks first in the league, averaging 42 points in the paint per game. And number 2 for the Fever, this is a big one tonight. Defend without fouling. In the 2 matchups already this season, New York has gone to the line 62 times compared to Indiana's 31. The Liberty have combined to outscore the Fever by 25 points at the line, and in a game where points can be hard to come by for the Fever, they cannot afford to lose in the margins, especially at that magnitude. Those were your keys for tonight's game, brought to you by the Hubler Automotive Group. As always, Hubler's got you covered for 200,000 miles. We'll continue the pregame coverage from Barclays Center with John Nolan joining us after the break on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Hey everyone, it's Jake from Payless Liquors. Charlie said sell it, so stop by one of our 26 family-owned locations and stock up with these great deals. Captain Morgan half gallons for $24.99, Mick Ultra 12-ounce 18 packs for $23.99, Seagram 7 half gallons for $19.99, and Smirnoff half gallons for $16.99. Get Oyster Bay Soft Blanc for $9.99, Svedka 80 proof fifths for $8.49, Oliver Soft Red and White for $7.99, and Cuervo Silver and Gold 100 mils for just $2.99. Why pay more when you can pay less here at Payless Liquors?
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more at the grand opening of the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com.
Cover me! Sales manager to lead our sales operations in Indianapolis. The ideal candidate will bring a strong track record in sales leadership, team development, and revenue generation across both traditional media and digital platforms. This role requires a bachelor's degree and 2 to 4 years related experience and/or training or equivalent combination. To view the full job listing and apply, go to urban1.com/careers. Applicants are subject to a background check. Radio 1 is an equal opportunity employer.
Did you know up to 50% of outdoor water use is wasted? And did you know that there are things you can do to help change that? Indiana American Water suggests that you water early or late in the day to reduce evaporation. Also, be sure to fix any leaks and skip watering when rain is in the forecast. Consider rain barrels, mulch your garden, and use drip irrigation for your plants. Be water wise. Conserve today, sustain tomorrow. Find more conservation tips at Indiana American Water's Wise Water Use Resources at indianaamwater.com.
The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is changing the lives of teenagers at risk of aging out of foster care. Like Daisy, every child deserves a permanent, loving home. You can help. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Welcome back to the Fans pregame coverage for tonight's Indiana Fever game against the New York Liberty. I'm Eddie Garrison. Let's take a look at the injury report. Each team tonight between Indiana and New York missing a key piece to their starting five. For Indiana, note Caitlin Clark, right groin injury. Stephanie White, head coach of the Fever, said pregame still day. Today she did get imaging done, and starter that is out of turn. She has been back on the practice floor for New York. She'll be back after the All-Star break in that game. The New York Liberty, Sabrina Ionescu, Natasha Cloud, Leonie Fibish, Breanna Stewart, and Niara Sabali. For Indiana, it is their sixth different starting lineup. Erin McDonald, Kelsey Mitchell are two guards. Sophie Cunningham, first start of the season for Sophie. And Natasha Howard are the two forwards. And Aaliyah Boston is in the middle. Let's head out to Barclays Center in Brooklyn. That is where John Nolan and Brianna Goss are standing by. John, I know there was a pretty extended pregame media availability tonight for Stephanie White, largely because of questions surrounding Caitlin Clark. What did the head coach of the Fever share during the media availability tonight?
Yeah, I guess the main takeaway is that Stephanie said she was encouraged by the results of the imaging that Caitlin had since last night's game, and the fact that Caitlin would be considered day-to-day now. So still not optimal, of course, but avoiding more of a worst-case scenario in which they would already come out and say she's going to be out, X weeks or, goodness forbid, months even. So right now, not sure of her status beyond tonight, with All-Star coming up this weekend, but it was kind of inevitable in this situation with the schedule being the back-to-back less than 24 hours later that they weren't going to push her.
Kelsey Mitchell 1-3 away from tying Tamika Catching's franchise record for three-pointers in a Fever uniform. Last 10 games averaging nearly 22 points. What has stood out to you during this 10-game stretch from Kelsey?
Yeah, and with Kelsey, I mean, it's kind of just her continuing to do what she has done over the course of her career, but she has especially been able to get downhill of late. Funny enough, we thought maybe she would already set the three-point record over the last couple of games, but she has not been settling for long jumpers and instead has really been attacking the cup.
She'll be in the starting five tonight. Tip-off less than 10 minutes. John Nolan and Bria Goss will have the coverage right here on the Fan. 5 total games on the slate. 3 have already happened this afternoon. The Atlanta Dream dispatched the Chicago Sky 86-49. Brianna Jones 14 points and 9 rebounds. Chicago did not play with Angel Reese in that game today. The Phoenix Mercury and the Minnesota Lynx played this afternoon. 7-point win, 79-76 for Minnesota. Kayla McBride led them in scoring with 18 points, and the Seattle Storm defeated the Golden State Valkyries 67-58. One other game after the Indiana Fever, that's at 8 o'clock between the Wings and the Aces. We go out to Barclays Center after the break. It is Indiana Fever vs. New York Liberty. All the coverage right here on The Fan. I'll talk to you after the game. Good luck, Fever.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more at the grand opening of the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com.
Cover me!
Hey everyone, it's Jake from Payless Liquors. Charlie said sell it, so stop by one of our 26 family-owned locations and stock up with these great deals. Captain Morgan half gallons for $24.99, Mick Ultra 12-ounce 18-packs for $23.99, Seagram 7 half gallons for $19.99, and Smirnoff half gallons for $16.99. Get Oyster Bay Soft Blanc for $9.99, Svedka 80 proof fizz for $8.49, Oliver Soft Red and White for $7.99, and Cuervo Silver and Gold 100 mils for just $2.99. Why pay more when you can pay less here at Payless Liquors?
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school.
You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made Probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Indianapolis was built for speed, electricity, and non-stop action.
So was Live Golf. So where better to crown a new individual champion?
Leading the pack, Rom, DeChambeau, and Neiman.
But only one can be the victor. So be at Chatham Hills August 15th to 17th as Live Golf gets even louder.
With a doubleheader concert from Riley Green and Jason Derulo. Tickets are already flying out of the gate.
Hurry and grab yours now at livegolf.com.
Bank of America is the nation's leading business lender, and we're ready to help with your next goal here in Indianapolis. That's why we have over 3,700 local business specialists across the country. Because with the right team, your business and community prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. Cancer screening tests can help keep the person you love around longer by detecting changes before cancer develops, or catch it early when it may be easier to treat. And many tests are available for free or covered by insurance. It's time to sound like a broken record. Tell all your friends and family, I love you. Get screened. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
It's time for Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
And greetings from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, where tonight the Indiana Fever visit the reigning WNBA champion New York Liberty and the final game before All-Star Weekend in Indy. The Fever enter on a season-best 3-game winning streak, now 12-10 in the regular season, the 6th best record in the W, while the Liberty have the 2nd best record in the league at 14-6. Hi everyone, and a very pleasant Wednesday evening too. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm John Nolan, joined by the former Miss Basketball and SEC Freshman of the Year, Bria Goss. The immortal Chris Majkowski is our on-site engineer, and Eddie Garrison is our producer, back on the circle. All right, Bria, let's address the elephant in the room. Not talking about Ellie, the Liberty's mascot, but getting right into our injury report presented by Ortho Indy, the official orthopedic partner of the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark out with a right groin injury, considered day today. She suffered that injury late in last night's win at Connecticut. How do they adjust again without CC?
Yeah, well, it's not a one-person's job. And unfortunately and thankfully, this isn't the first time that they've been in this situation, and it's almost like they know what to do now. They've found their role. They know their identity. I mean, they played in some pretty big games, just going back to that Minnesota game in the Commissioner's Cup final championship there, and they were able to steal that one in Minnesota. So this team has the ability to do so. I think I'm more worried about just the back-to-back and the type of scheduling. And unfortunately, that's just what the league is at right now. But being able to come in after coming here at almost a little past 2 in the morning, and see if they can rally and finish this thing off.
Certainly a scheduling disadvantage. The Liberty, they're basically home all month long here in July, and their last game was on Sunday, a victory against Atlanta, in which they overcame a 19-point deficit back win in the W this year. But as you alluded to, the Fever still with plenty of talent, and another all-star starter in Aaliyah Boston, who, by the way, is going to be on the next cover of the magazine W Slam. And so the Fever coaching staff tonight, they are wearing special edition T-shirts with that magazine cover featuring Aaliyah on it.
You know what? It's so special, from Aaliyah Boston Day to then being the cover of W Slam. And then the way she carries herself, it's just like, oh, I'm grateful, and my teammates helped me out here, and just extremely humble. And I'm glad I didn't get that award, because if it was Bria Goss Day, you would hear it every single day of the year.
Every day is Bria Goss Day, but you're right. Aaliyah, exceptionally humble. And she's out at center court now to jump things up against Breanna Stewart. Fever wearing their white uniforms. Fever across the chest in navy, trimmed in gold. And the Liberty in their black unis. Underway as Aaliyah wins the opening tip, sending it back to Ari McDonald, who makes her 5th start with Indiana. She whips a pass at the left elbow to Aaliyah. Dribble handoff back to Ari. Bounce pass. Aaliyah at the foul line sends it left wing. Ari catch and shoot 3. Misses it off to the right. And the rebound to Sabrina Ionescu for the Liberty.
I like that execution there on offense. I thought that was brilliant. Just missed a shot.
Fever lead the league in field goal percentage, but 0 for 1 so far, as the Liberty have it in the half court on the right side as we see it, coming to you from the concourse level here in New York City. Ionescu driving right lane, misses a runner, and the rebound controlled by the Fever. It's McDonald front court left, nearly collides into her teammate Howard. Howard now gets it, short corner left in front of the Indiana bench. Howard backing down Leonie Fibic with the right hand, puts it in off glass. 2-0 Fever, 1 minute in. Tosh coming off of her 5th double-double of the season last night. She's 2nd in the league in field goal percentage behind only Boston. Natasha Cloud gives New York the lead as she sinks a left wing 3.
Yeah, and I saw the ref there twirl her finger. Wasn't 100% sure, but mainly because we don't know. I didn't know she was going to pull up from that deep.
Tiara Cruz, the crew chief tonight, working with Tony Patillo and Catherine Chang. Now left wing shot no good for Mitchell, and the rebound for New York going left to right here in front of a big crowd. Cunningham guarding Fibic, who drives down the middle of the paint, puts it in, and a foul. Goes against Sophie with 8:20 on the first quarter clock. Little 5-0 flurry for the Liberty.
And, we usually see Lexi in that starting position. They both bring so much energy and tenacity, especially on the defensive end. So it's going to be super interesting to see how Cunningham has that spot position.
Fibic in her 2nd year with New York from Germany. She missed the 2nd meeting of the season between these teams at Cambridge Fieldhouse when she was playing in Eurobasket.
Yep.
Hits the free throw, so the Fever have the ball down 6-2, almost 2 minutes in. Mitchell, right wing 3, got it! Kells has caught catch! 606 career threes to tie Tamika for the most in Fever history.
Yeah, she's been cold there for the last couple of games trying to get this record, so I'm hoping she gets it today.
Now Cloud with a midi angled left, and it rattles in. 8-5, Fever down. Howard across the Liberty logo at midcourt. Dribble handoff to Mitchell. Top of the key, guarded by Stewart. Dishes, left wing. Boston floats a pass, left block. Howard backing down Cloud. Sends it on the right side to Cunningham. Touch pass, Boston. And she's fouled inside by Sabali. 7:30 to go here in the opening quarter. Fever trailing 8-5, but Aaliyah will go to the line for 2.
That's great position there by Aaliyah Boston as she was working early. You know, from the floor, when the ball goes from one side to the other side of the floor, it's hard for the defense to recover. So she did the work early, buried her defender, who was actually on help side, and was able to get that and reward herself here at the free throw line.
First free throw goes through, and it's 8-6. Last night was a tough matchup for Aaliyah going against the veteran Tina Charles.
Oh, yeah.
There was a cool moment after the game where those two, even though they were battling quite intensely during the action, they caught up afterwards. It looked like Tina was passing along some advice to the third-year All-Star, who hits the second as well. 8-7, Fever down by 1. Liberty with it on the right side. Ionescu, left perimeter, a switch. Boston McDonald both on her. Cross-court pass. Stewart, she drives into the black paint. Fade away, 5 feet away, and it's good. 10-7, Fever ball down by 3. McDonald plays point in the absence of Clark. Mitchell, right elbow, long 2, good. Kells has 5, Fever within 1. It's 10-9, 3 minutes through. Liberty pushed the pace. Ionescu in the corner near her bench. Whips it across the floor. Left arc, Stewart. Gets a screen from Fevic. Doesn't really use it. Driving on Cunningham and scores it. Point blank range. 12-9. Fever down by 3. New York's 5 of 6 from the field so far. Boston finds McDonald back door and she scores right on the rim. AB, the facilitator.
And you know, that was one of the things in the pre-interviews there of just how good her passing has gotten over this past offseason.
Now defending against Stewart, who misses a runner right lane, but a foul is called. And Stewart will shoot 2 with 6:17 remaining in the opening stanza. And the Fever down 12-11. First foul on Boston. And so Stewart, who's a frequent visitor to the foul line, 81% on the year. She has taken 136 free throws, second most in the league. And her first on the way, and good.
Yeah, Stewie, I mean, you talk about bag. She has literally every accessory in that bag imaginable. I mean, from scoring to passing to rebounding to 3-ball to downhill attack. So she knows how to find her way to that free throw line.
Bag so big it probably doesn't even fit in the overhead storage.
Facts.
Second free throw also true. 14-11. Fever down with the ball right to left. McDonald guarded by Cloud up top to Mitchell, right elbow. Bounce pass, Boston underneath. Lost control, out of bounds, off New York. Fever ball with 10 on the shot clock. And 6:03 left here in the first quarter.
It's a good pass there. Just the offensive execution has to be so precise in this game without Clark. For the simple fact, meaning get the ball moving. It can't be stuck at just one person's hand.
It's McDonald inbounding on the baseline in the corner near the bench. Bounces it to Mitchell. Extra right block. Howard fouled on the way up. 2 free throws ensuing.
That's some unselfish play there, which the Fever have been doing a masterful job sharing the basketball with this stretch of games here as they have gone in the upper 20s in these assists.
Yeah, again, a couple of games ago set a franchise record with 30 assists in that victory against Paige Beckers in Dallas. So Tosh shooting 2 at the end with the American flag and the Canadian flag and a banner recognizing all the performances that Jay-Z has had in this building. First one, a swish. Tosh got about 66% at the line on the year. Her blue sneakers behind the white stripe. Spins the ball. Takes 2 dribbles. Bends, extends. Got it. So exactly 4 minutes in, the Fever down 1, 14-13. As Ionescu will be competing on Friday night in the Starry 3-point shooting contest. Gives it up, Stewart between the rings, guarded by Howard. Back to Ionescu. McDonald on her. Sabrina driving left, scoops it in off glass. 16-13, Fever ball down by 3 as McDonald hurries it across the floor. Cunningham left arc, drives to the foul line. Lobs a pass to Boston, right block, guarded by Stewart. Up top, Howard, she's called for a travel as she started to drive a turnover. This game's been quite clean so far. That's the first turnover, and it took more than 4.5 minutes. 5:28 left in the first quarter. And the Fever trailing 16-13.
I like that, especially since, the passes have been pretty tricky, too. So, a way to stay in it and come in focused, ready to go.
Very fluid. We'll take that. Last night's game quite choppy. It was a gritty win, though, for the Fever in Boston. Ionescu right elbow, Jay, in and out. And a rebound for Howard. She can play point forward, brings it across the timeline. Left arc, handoff McDonald's, has some room, doesn't take it. A switch, the lankier Stewart on her. Skip pass, Boston to Cunningham, shot fake, fires a three. It's good! Tie game, 16 apiece, more than midway through the first quarter, and Sophie stays hot now in the starting lineup.
Stays hot. My goodness, just night and day from that three-point, but she also looks confident when she has that 1-2 step into it.
During this three-game winning streak, she's been in double figures each time. Ionescu, right corner three, over Boston in front of the New York bench. 19-16, Liberty go back ahead.
Yeah, the only thing that Boston could have done was foul her on that.
Now on offense, Boston right block, shot altered by Stewart, who gets the miss. Outlet down the floor, Fevich, righty layup, good. 21-16, Fever down 5, 4:15 to go first quarter. As some subs make their way to the scorer's table. Howard, left perimeter to McDonald, left wing. McDonald, top of the key, picks up the bounce, scans, has Stewart on her, gives it up. Mitchell, Kelsey, right wing, attacks into the black paint. It's Cunningham, left corner three. Not this time, flanking off the back of the rim, rebound Stewart. Cloud, front court, right for New York. Downhill, explodes, left to the rim, lays it in. Timeout, Stephanie White. 7-0 run for New York. And with 3:45 to go in the first quarter, the Fever trail the Liberty 23-16. It's our first break in the action. You're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Parents notice when something feels off. A look, a sound, a movement, a silence. Parents don't need all the answers, just the courage to ask the right questions. If a child may be showing signs of autism, early detection matters. DAMAR is here to help with answers, support, and a team ready to help. Visit damar.org today. Every child deserves a chance, and sometimes the most powerful move is to ask for help.
Better Water starts with a free water analysis from C&J Water, proud partner of the Indiana Fever. From hard water solutions to pure, great-tasting drinking water, C&J Water is committed to helping you enjoy better water in every glass, load of laundry, and shower. Schedule your free water analysis today at cnjwater.com and discover how much better your water can be. C&J Water, local, trusted, and the choice of the Indiana Fever.
When it comes to your education, WGU helps you stay in the game. Whether you're working full-time, raising a family, or juggling both, WGU's online accredited programs help you earn a degree in business, technology, education, or healthcare on your schedule. You can even score your degree faster by taking tests and turning in assignments as soon as you're ready. Join the thousands of students across Indiana who are making big plays for their future. Learn more at wgu.edu.
Radio 1 is seeking a general sales manager to lead our sales operations in Indianapolis. The ideal candidate will bring a strong track record in sales leadership, team development, and revenue generation across both traditional media and digital platforms. This role requires a bachelor's degree and 2 to 4 years related experience and/or training or equivalent combination. To view the full job listing and apply, go to urban1.com/careers. Applicants are subject to a background check. Radio 1 is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Sophie Cunningham, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
It takes guts to win and the same courage to do work that changes lives. So join DAMAR and make a difference for kids with autism and the families who love them. Just visit damar.org today. That's DAMAR.org. Well, kind of a gut check situation here for the Fever tonight after playing in Boston last night. Granted, travel these days in the W better than it used to be. Second season now. First full season in which teams travel by charter flights, but didn't check into the hotel last night till nearly 2:30 a.m. here against a more rested New York team, and Not to mention playing without Caitlin Clark. Fever are down 23-16 with 3:45 to go in the first quarter. Liberty on a 7-0 run. And Bria, they're 9 for 11 from the field so far and haven't turned it over.
No, just hasn't been enough disruption on the defensive end, especially since we've seen the defense just being on one accord. So they've got to be able to really zone in here to see if they can get some deflections on the ball, maybe some easy turnovers, some transition buckets.
And when Kelsey Mitchell was asked yesterday what's been the key to the offensive success, she said the defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Mitchell up top, step back, launches a three. It's good! The hooper from Cincy makes history. Kelsey Mitchell has now hit 607 threes and counting, the most ever for an Indiana Fever player. She passes the legendary Tamika Catchings.
Christmas in July. Congratulations, Kelsey Mitchell.
Now on the defensive end, the Fever give up a three. From the right wing, Isabel Harrison. The Iron Kind as it hit the back of the orange rim and dropped through. Now Boston left block is fouled. 2 free throws coming for Aaliyah with 2:59 left in the first quarter. The Fever down 25-19 in New York.
Talk about a shooter's roll there from Izzy Harrison, as that just looked like it was getting ready to pop out and drop. But I love the push on the offensive end to get the pace back up. Even after made buckets, it doesn't matter, miss or make. See if you can rush it down the floor, and that's exactly what Sid Colson was able to do.
Now Boston buries the first free throw wearing bright green sneakers, makes the second as well. Aaliyah's shoes brighter than the seafoam green. That's the primary color for the Liberty.
Exactly.
Baseline's a blend of that seafoam green and black.
Yep.
They've got the Torch logo at midcourt. Fever down 25-21. New York with it right side. Shot clock down to 7 as Fevic lines it up straight on. Misses to the right. Rebound. Damiris Dantas, who's in off the bench. Sydney Colson, action off the bench as well. Boston from the left wing drives in the black paint. Shot blocked. Aaliyah thought she was fouled. No whistle. In transition, Yescu, right side three. Book it. 28-21. Football score with 2:15 to go in the first quarter. Cunningham in front of the Fever bench. Floats a pass left block. Dantas give and go. And Sophie misses it right to the rim. Rebound New York. Stewart, left wing, shot fake, drives, spins, loses her balance as she falls out of bounds. Dantas picks up the loose ball, but she was out on the baseline, so New York gets it. Stewart was out of control, but New York winds up with possession.
Yep, I agree. I mean, it's one of those things where she probably expected a little bit more contact there, and because she didn't feel it, congrats to Sid Colson being smart there, she kind of pulled the chair, had nobody to lean against.
Inbound goes into the short corner right. Harrison holds the ball above her head. Dishing towards midcourt, looking for Ionescu. It's poked out of bounds by Colston. New York maintains it with 8 on the shot clock. 1:49 to go in the opening quarter. Fever trailing 28-21. Ionescu between the rings, gets a screen from Harrison. Bounces towards the right corner. A switch. Dantas on her. Shot clock violation. There's some disruptiveness from that Fever D.
That's how you do it right there. I'm not sure if Ionescu knew what the time was, but that was a great defensive possession through and through, from getting hands on the ball to beating the offense to the spot.
And that's the first turnover forced by the Fever. It took nearly 9 minutes.
Right.
Boston, right wing, sends it right side. Dantas for 3. Got it. It's a DD3, and it's 28-24 with the 1:20 left in quarter one.
We're definitely going to need bench scoring in this game to help each other out.
Need that committee to step up without Clark. Left of the basket, Kennedy Burke, a great three-point shooter herself, misses the 2. Rebound Fever. Colson at the controls, at the right elbow, rise and fire, off to the left. Lexi Hull efforting for the offensive rebound, but touched it out of bounds towards the Indiana bench. New York ball with 61 seconds to go in the first quarter. 28-24, Fever trailing. They felt like last night their defense got off to a slow start, got better by the time they closed out the win in the fourth quarter. We'll see what happens here in this one. Half-court offense for the Liberty on the right end, halfway through the shot clock. Marine Johannes pick and roll with Harrison, and she scores right post. 30-24. Fever down a half dozen. 40 seconds to go. Kelsey, right wing, pulls, three. Front rim, no. Rebound, Ionescu. Quick trigger there for Mitchell.
A little bit of a heat check, maybe.
Couple threes for her so far here. Historic performance already. Ionescu driving left baseline, reverse layup around Hull, and she spins it in. Circus shot in Brooklyn. Shot clock off now for the Fever. Dantas left wing three from Colson. Back rimmed it. Offensive board Hull. She hits the floor, lost her balance, no call. 10 seconds to go in the quarter as Mitchell defending against Johannes. Deflected it out of bounds. Liberty ball. 9.3 to go first quarter. Fever down 32-24. 5 seconds to go. Inbound to Ionescu. Guarded by Colson. Ionescu. Sidestep three. Air ball. And that does it for the first 10 minutes. The Fever trail by 8 on the road in Brooklyn. It's New York 32, Indiana 24. Second quarter after this. You're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you ready for the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow and Fire? Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Trucks fly, crash, and smash with all new stunts featuring Skelosaurus, Five Alarm, Tiger Shark, Bigfoot, and more. Thrilling freestyle motocross and the fire-breathing robot Transaurus. Meet the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks up close at the pre-show party, presented by Metro by T-Mobile. Thanks to Good to Grow, kids special ticket pricing. Coming July 26th and 27th to Cambridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
This is Jeff Wheeler, business manager of IBEW Local 481. We power the moments that matter most and provide the tech that makes it all possible. From the schools where your kids learn and the healthcare facilities that care for your loved ones to the excitement of every big game, IBEW Local 481 is at the heart of it all. Whether it's game day or every day, our union members ensure everything runs smoothly. IBEW Local 481, proudly powering your community.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through June 2nd, 2025.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with Healthy Indiana plan benefits, we help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
This is Kelsey Mitchell, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Going to the second quarter at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The Fever trail the Liberty 32-24, but certainly want to give flowers here to Kelsey Mitchell, leading the Fever in scoring in the first quarter with 8 points, making a couple of threes. And so now for her career, 607 triples, the most in Fever franchise history, the 11th most in WNBA history. She does it here tonight in front of a sellout crowd. And meanwhile, no doubt, her dad, Mark, here in spirit and smiling from up in heaven. Kel's a real one. Her dad, a coach, prepared her. And so even as life has presented adversity, she sucked it up and punched it in the mouth.
Absolutely. And I can't imagine what she was going through during that time, but for her to get that accomplishment is a huge, huge win. And like you said, I know her dad is smiling.
In case you didn't know, he passed away last year just prior to the season. As the Liberty have the opening possession of the second quarter and turn it over. Sablé lost it towards the New York bench. So Fever ball down by 8. First possession, second quarter. Sydney Colson angling right. Whips it to Dantas. To Hull left wing. Feeds left block. Howard facing up on Sablé. Shot fake, then fires, and it's good. Little midi there for Tosh. Fever within 6, 32-26. 9:18 to go, second quarter.
Like that footwork there and just staying in it was really key for Howard to get that.
Cloud open, right wing 3, long rebound. Alexi, quick pass to Sydney. She brings it across midcourt, right to left. Now slows it down. Gets a screen from Dantas. She unloads. Bricked it off the back of the rim. Rebound, New York. Cloud. Cross-court pass, right to left. Catch and shoot 3. Short for Johannes. Rebound, Fever as Colson now jogs it across the Torch logo in seafoam green. Angling left. Here, head coach Stephanie White. Fever working left to right. It's McDonald looking for a cutting hole. Rifles a pass into the front row. A turnover, and looks like, fortunately, no spillage. Went pretty close towards a fan with a beverage, but everyone's okay. New York left to right in the second quarter. 90 seconds into the period. Fever down 32-26 here in the second half of a back-to-back. Stewart, open path, right lane drive, banks it in. Too easy for Stewie.
Yeah, that was tough, and it looked like McDonald ran right into DD there. It's got to be the communication. Are you going to stay up pressed on her, or are you going to let there be some room in between?
New York shooting 60% and 11 assists on 14 makes. Nice ball movement for the Fever. It's Howard to Dantas down low. Rim right for 2.
That was good. That was good basketball there.
34-28, Fever hanging around. Johannes, top of the key, sends it right corner. Burke driving into the paint. Contact and a foul. It's on the Fever. It's on Lexi Hull. 7:52 to go in the first half. Fever behind 34-28 in the final game before the All-Star break. Although using the word break in there is a misnomer for everyone who's working so hard to get Gainbridge Fieldhouse ready. See the post today at Indiana Fever and from the WNBA accounts. Court all set up. Arena dressed. Inbound goes to Stewart, who again gets an uncontested righty layup to make it 36-28 with 7:42 to go in the second.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to slow her down and contest her a little bit more. She's too good of a player for the easies.
She and Ionescu both have 10 already. Howard open, right side 3. She pops, can't connect. Rebound, Cloud. QB one pass down the floor, intercepted by Howard, the safety. Colson dishes left wing. McDonald thought about a 3, but Stewart's lankiness affects that. So instead it goes to Howard in the black paint, and she's stuffed left of the rim. New York in transition, left to right. Johannes, bounce pass, left post, and a foul called on McDonald, the guard, who is trying to defend inside. He is whistled for tripping Burke.
Not sure why you go on a bounce pass there when you have a smaller Ari McDonald on you on a post almost. You got to be able to float that over the top somewhere where she can't get it.
Johannes has a reputation for being quite a crafty passer. She's nicknamed the Wizard, and she gets the inbounds pass here, snaps it on the left wing. Burke in rhythm for 3, knocks it down. One of the top 3-point shooters in the W this year, Kennedy Burke, former Fever forward. He went through training camp with her back in 2019.
Yep.
Couple seasons in Indiana. 39-28, biggest deficit so far for the Fever. As now Burke active defensively and knocks it out of bounds on the far sideline across from us. Still Fever ball with 13 on the shot clock, 6:46 to go in the half. Cunningham triggers it into McDonald, downhill right, bounce pass, Howard, reverse layup. It's good. Pretty pass and a nice finish. 39-30, 6:38 to go, second quarter.
That was good decision-making there by Howard as she saw the defense start to recover.
Tosh again, second in the league in field goal percentage, and an efficient start again so far in this one, 3 of 5. 8 on the shot clock for Cloud, long 2, over Hull hits from the right wing. 41-30, 6:15 to go, second quarter. As Cunningham handles the ball, McDonald plays off in the right corner. Chest pass, Cunningham to Howard, right wing, called for a travel. 4 turnovers for the Fever, 2 of them on Tosh Travels.
Yeah, and the thing is just, she's lightning quick. You got to be able, the ball has to be down before both of your feet decide to move. And it's just a split second. The refs are looking for it, so she just got to slow herself down.
Has earned that nickname Flash Howard over the years. As Johannes has a poor pass that goes out of bounds. We were talking about her passing ability before. She tried to dish that one literally over her head, no-look style, and, well, it wound up with a teammate out of bounds. Breaking the action now with 5:57 to go in the second quarter, and the Fever trailing the Liberty 41-30. You're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Fever fans, get ready to bring the heat. It's game day and Chicken Salad Chick is here to fuel your fandom. With 12 fresh, made-from-scratch chicken salad flavors, pimento cheese, and egg salad, we've got the perfect meal for every fan. Dine in with us, grab a meal to go, or order ahead for pickup. With 7 local restaurants, deliciousness is always within reach. Chicken Salad Chick is a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. Visit chickensaladchick.com to order now.
The Indiana Fever trust Ortho Indy as their official orthopedic provider, and so can you. From game-time injuries to everyday mishaps, Ortho Indy Urgent Care is your fast, affordable alternative to the ER. Walk in, skip the wait, and see an orthopedic expert. No appointment needed. Injuries happen. Ortho Indy is ready. Find a location near you at orthoindy.com. Ortho Indy, trusted by the pros. Here for you.
From buzzer beaters to buzzbait and cornhole to canoes, Academy Sports and Outdoors has all you need to find your fun. And when fun's the goal, anything is possible. We're here for pre-game gear-ups, camping trip do-withouts, and days when the best things in life happen right outside your back door. Swing by your local indie stores in Avon, Westfield, Greenwood, and Bloomington for the top brands in the game at undefeatable prices. There's no match for fun, and fun can't lose at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Hey everyone, it's Jake from Payless Liquors. Charlie said sell it, so stop by one of our 26 family-owned locations and stock up with these great deals. Captain Morgan half gallons for $24.99, Mick Ultra 12-ounce 18 packs for $23.99, Seagram 7 half gallons for $19.99, and Smirnoff half gallons for $16.99. Get Oyster Bay Soft Blanc for $9.99, Svedka 80 proof fists for $8.49, Oliver Soft Red and White for $7.99, and Cuervo Silver and Gold 100 mils for just $2.99. Why pay more when you can pay less here at Payless Liquors?
This is the exclusive radio home of the Indiana Fever.
WIBC HD2, W298BB, WIBC HD3, W228CX, Indianapolis.
This is Natasha Howard, and you're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Tasha has 8 points, a rebound, an assist, and a steal, but the Fever trailed the Liberty on the road 41-30 with 5:57 to go in the second quarter with Bria Goss. I'm John Nolan. Thanks so much for making us part of your Wednesday night. Bria, how did the Fever rally here?
Well, one, continuing to see if you can make stops on the defensive end. I know that's cliche, but the shots that the Liberty are taking are high-valued shots. You want to be able to see if you can get them a little bit out of rhythm, out of sync, some pressure on the ball, which is going to be extremely tough, especially since they played less than 24 hours ago.
Yeah. 5 on the floor here. McDonald, Mitchell, Howard, Boston, and Cunningham. Airy runs point. One-handed pass to Mitchell, right wing. Driving on the baseline. Slings it left corner, Cunningham. 7 on the shot clock. Sophie in front of the Fever bench. Bounces towards the foul line. Has a lane and lays it in. Going right. Great take by Sophie. And it's 41-32. Fever within 9. 5.5 to go first half.
I love that. She was able to see the floor the entire time and made the right decision.
With her three-point shooting being so hot of late, and on the other side, it's a far corner three. Good for Johannes, but defenders have to press out on Sophie, and there takes advantage of that. Yep. Fever, though, down by a dozen again. 44-32. 5 and change to go in the half. McDonald right wing, shot fake, gets by Stewart at the elbow, bounce pass, Howard, trouble with the gather, misses the bunny, but then taps it out to Cunningham. Extra, McDonald wants 3, bricks it to the left. Rebound Stewart. That was a wide open shot for Airy. Johannes downhill to the left elbow, resets. Stewart right wing, fires a 3 over Howard, no. Boston brings down the board. outlet. Right sideline, Cunningham. Eyes up to McDonald. Bounce pass, Howard misses another layup. Gets the offensive rebound. Has the guard Cloud on her. Doesn't take advantage. Instead, reload. Cunningham, right wing three. Clanks off the heel. Rebound Cloud for New York. Some open looks for the Fever inside and outside, not going.
Yeah, just not a little rush down there by Howard.
Cloud pulls up top, no. Rebound, Cunningham with pace down the floor, right to left. Sophie, left elbow, resets. Aaliyah up top, over to Kelsey, right wing. Guarded by Johannes. Kells, step back three. In and out. They can't buy one right now, shooting below 40% for the game. 44-32, it remains under 4 to go, second quarter.
That's tough. Got to get back into your rhythm and see if you can get some easy buckets maybe in transition or at the free throw line.
Fever playing without Caitlin tonight as Aaliyah comes up with a steal against Sabali in the paint. Transition for Indiana. Cunningham, left wing three. Another misfire, back iron, rebound Stewart for New York. She brings it down the court, left to right, crosses over, driving, splits defenders, score it, and a foul. About as half-hearted of an and one signal as you can get from the official, Tiara Cruz, the crew chief.
Yeah, that was tough. It was on Howard as Stewie started to go downhill. Just a little shoulder check there, and what a step through there by Stewie.
And her free throw arcs in off the front of the iron. Suddenly, the Fever down 15, 47-32, under 3.5 to go, second quarter. Mitchell between the rings. Gets a screen from Boston, whips it, right side Dantas, back to Mitchell, kicks it, left wing, McDonald, shot clock at 7, McDonald drives, trying to scoop it in, nope, rebound Stewart. Fever 3-game winning streak in jeopardy. Ionescu, right wing three, front rim, no offensive rebound though for Rebecca Gardner. Ionescu tries again, short again, rebound McDonald for the Fever. Under 3 to go, second quarter. Fever ball behind 47-32.
We might not ever see Sabrina miss that wide open ever again, as she is that knockdown shooter.
No doubt, and again, she'll be shooting at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Friday night, just like she did at Lucas Oil Stadium NBA All-Star a couple years ago. Foul on New York. Stops the clock with 2:40 left in the second quarter. And a break in the action. Fever down on the road, 47-32. You're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through June 2nd, 2025.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with Healthy Indiana plan benefits, we help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
What's the hottest ticket in town? The Indiana Fever. The best way to get there? Indigo. Catch the fever by catching the bus. Indigo's MyKey acts as your fast break pass to experience high-octane Fever basketball, all while avoiding parking fees and traffic jams. Plan your Fever game night with Indigo. Visit indigo.net/how-to-ride to plan your trip and get connected to MyKey. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the game. Indigo. The best way to catch the fever.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to recognize U.S. Foods, a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. At U.S. Foods, quality is their top priority. From sourcing the finest ingredients to delivering exceptional products, they are committed to helping customers succeed. Whether it's in the kitchen or on the court, they support the highest levels of excellence. Thank you, U.S. Foods, for your dedication to quality and supporting our team, who's also driven to be the best. U.S. Foods, we help you make it.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9 with IT. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
This is Leah Boston, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Full house at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, including a couple of Olympic gold medalists. Justine Wong-Orantes and Haley Washington showing off their medals on the big screen above the court. Fever with the ball coming out of the timeout, but down 47-32 against the team with the second best record in the W so far this year. Sideline out of bounds near the bench. Mitchell has it left elbow, has room, long two, high arcing, doesn't drop. Rebound Stewart for New York. Triple-double watch for her tonight. She's got 13 points, 8 rebounds, make it 9, and 5 assists.
Yeah, all in the first half.
And a versatile Stewart at 6'4", the 10th-year UConn alum, bounces to the right elbow, dishes up top. Ionescu airballs a 3 as it grazes the white net and rolls out of bounds.
That's a good shot selection there, but that goes back to the Fever defense and how disruptive we can be. Looks like the Liberty are just so comfortable out there, not rushed, very poised, and executing their offenses.
We'll go through more numbers at halftime of the Fever, shooting just 33% from the floor. The Liberty close to 60%, even with that latest miss. And the half-court left side, Indiana, a foul on New York. Pauses the clock with 2:01 to go on the half. And the Fever on the wrong side of a 47-32 score. Big headlines tonight. Caitlin Clark out with the right groin injury day to day. Kelsey Mitchell, franchise leader in career threes now. Dantas has it left block, misses but gets her miss. Wearing purple shoes, turnaround shot on the baseline. Front rim, no. Rebound, New York. Tough stretch. Not only a back-to-back here for the Fever, but this is their 5th game in 8 days in 3 cities as Rebecca Gardner makes a reverse layup going baseline right to left. 49-32 Fever. Mitchell, left perimeter, guarded by Gardner. Crosses over again, left to right, driving right lane. Contact, she's fouled, will shoot 2. Kelsey lost her balance as she spilled onto the baseline. Here where it says Liberty and white.
Liberty foul charge number 7, Rebecca Gardner.
Foul on Gardner with 80 seconds to go in the half. And Mitchell trying to chip into the 49-32 deficit.
Boy, that was a tough stretch. And Kelsey Mitchell really had to work to get to that free throw line. And she converts on the first one. But there's a lid on the bucket right now. There's some bunnies that were missed. There's a couple of foul calls that were missed and open 3 opportunities that were missed. So coming back when you're in that slump, especially on the shooting end, you got to pick that up on the defensive side, which I think it could be a lot worse. However, staying in is going to be key.
Rainbow shot misses to the right, ball out of bounds off New York. Fever get it with 1:17 left in the half. Describing the arduous schedule here with the 5 games in 8 days in 3 cities. Also, midpoint of the year. Exactly halfway through the 44-game schedule right now. Colson and Mitchell catch and shoot. Left to the hoop for 2. 49-35. 70 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, that was a tip. She didn't even touch the ground there. That was beautiful.
Bouncing like she went off of a trampoline. Ionescu, right boulevard. Contact. She's fouled by Dantas. 2 free throws coming. With just under a minute to go in the second quarter. 59.6 ticks on the clock.
And as pretty as that tip-in was, it was necessary. That wasn't just for a highlight reel. She had to do that because if Kelsey Mitchell would have just caught the ball and went up, I think Sabrina was close enough to where she could have blocked that or made it a tougher shot. So as soon as that ball was inbound, off goes Kelsey Mitchell. Nice, easy off the glass. Beautiful.
5'8" in her 8th year all with the Fever. First free throw for Ionescu, good, and the second gently drops in off the orange chin, and it's 51-35, Fever ball with 54 seconds left in the half. Indiana in the white uniforms. Boston fakes the pass, drives left, and her shot swatted by Isabel Harrison. Well, it's Aaliyah, who's among the league leaders in block shots. That time, she's on the opposite side right there. An emphatic block by the 6'3 Tennessee alum.
Yeah, that one definitely going to make that highlight reel. Izzy just timed that so perfectly.
Colson baseline out of bounds, tosses it to Boston, back to Colson. Here the Fever bench, 7 on the shot clock. Sydney takes a 3, but before that a whistle. And a foul on the Liberty. With 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. That's the 5th foul of the period on New York, so bonus situation, 2 free throws for Boston. And in case you missed it, pretty amazing, a couple days ago, it was declared Aaliyah Boston Day in the city of Boston. She spent part of her childhood growing up in the area in Massachusetts. She sinks the first of 2. Yeah, the governor of Massachusetts with a special proclamation. Second free throw, back rim, no. Offensive board, Cunningham. Shovel pass intended for Dantas instead. Stolen by New York. Ionescu pushes left to right. Towards the corner, driving baseline, guarded by Mitchell. Dishes, left block, and a layup good off glass for Phoebus. 53-36, Fever in a hole with 25 seconds to go in the half. Colson behind the back near midcourt on the Y and the NY logo. Replaced by Mitchell.
All right, Kelsey was playing such great defense on Ionescu, and it was just an easy flip over. You got to be able to be there for her as a teammate.
Now Kelsey going downhill, right, flings it up, no, but a foul. With 7.4 seconds remaining in the half. Clock stopped as the Fever trail 53-36. And this is a rare spot to be in for the Fever at 12-10. They've really been competitive in just about every game this year. Only a couple losses come to mind where it got away in the second half. That was at home against Golden State a week ago and on the road at Atlanta last month. But even in that game, they led in the third quarter.
Wow, a week ago.
Yeah, so much has changed since the 3-game winning streak.
We talk about, the season low, just from a performance and an energy and effort standpoint. That was literally just 7 days ago to here. Of course, we're not in a great position here, but still miles from where we were at Golden State.
Well, that was Caitlin's first game back after missing 5. After Catherine Chang, one of the officials, had to use a Gatorade towel to wipe some wetness off the orange and white ball. Gives it to Kelsey, who connects on the first of 2. 53-37, Fever down, 7 seconds to go in the second quarter. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll hear from Tamika Catchings, a special message to congratulate Kelsey on her franchise record as Mitchell splashes in the second. Shot clock off for New York, 5 seconds to play in the quarter. Stewart driving right, floater, short, rebound Mitchell, and that does it for the first half at Barclays Center. The Fever trailed the Liberty 53-38.
And that was a tough half there, tough stretch. We really got stuck at 32 for a while, but not because we weren't executing the offense. I think we just weren't knocking down shots and then not being disruptive enough on the defensive end. So I know there's going to be a lot to talk about in that locker room, which I can be a fly on the wall just to see what Steph White has to say about it. But all in all, coming in, being focused for this last 20 minutes is going to be key.
First quarter for the Fever, defense an issue. They were outscored 32-24. In just the second quarter, defense improved, but the offense regressed, outscored 21-14. So a first half that featured just one tie, one lead change, pretty much dominated by the Liberty, as you basically would expect, just given the circumstances of the schedule for both teams. So coming up at the half, we will hear from the GOAT of the Fever, Tamika Catchings. We'll go through the numbers, get you set for the second half. But at the intermission in New York, the Fever trail the Liberty 53-38. You're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
From hook shots to fishing hooks and backyard grills to lake chills, Academy Sports and Outdoors has all you need to find your fun this season. And when fun's the goal, anything is possible. We're here for pre-game gear-ups, camping trip do-withouts, and days when the best things in life happen right outside your back door. Swing by your local Academy or shop academy.com for the top brands in the game at undefeatable prices. There's no match for fun, and fun can't lose at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
This is Jeff Wheeler, business manager of IBEW Local 481. We power the moments that matter most and provide the tech that makes it all possible. From the schools where your kids learn and the healthcare facilities that care for your loved ones to the excitement of every big game, IBEW Local 41 is at the heart of it all. Whether it's game day or every day, our union members ensure everything runs smoothly. IBEW Local 41, proudly powering your community.
Disney's Descendant Zombies Worlds Collide Tour, live in concert, Friday, August 8th at Cambridge Fieldhouse. A one-of-a-kind live concert experience starring Kylie Cantrell, Freya Sky, Malia Baker, Malachi Barton, Dara Renee, Joshua Colley, and Makana Knife, live on stage, singing all the hits from the movies. Tickets on sale now at DescendantZombiesLive.com.
When it comes to your education, WGU helps you stay in the game. Whether you're working full-time, raising a family, or juggling both, WGU's online accredited programs help you earn a degree in business, technology, education, or healthcare on your schedule. You can even score your degree faster by taking tests and turning in assignments as soon as you're ready. Join the thousands of students across Indiana who are making big plays for their future. Learn more at WGU.edu.
This is Kelsey Mitchell, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Well, overall, a tough first half for the Fever on the road in New York, down 53-38, although along the way, Kelsey Mitchell tied for a game high with 13 points. Breanna Stewart for the Liberty also with a baker's dozen. And for Kelsey, those 13 points came as she went 3 for 4 from the foul line and 2 for 4 from 3. She tied and then surpassed Tamika Catchings on the Fever all-time leaderboard for career threes. Let's take a listen back to the highlights from the first 20 minutes. Rescue right elbow, Jay, in and out, and a rebound for Howard. She can play point forward, brings it across the timeline. Left arc, handoff McDonald's, has some room, doesn't take it. A switch, the lankier Stewart on her, skip pass, Boston to Cunningham, shot fake, fires a three, it's good! Tie game, 16 apiece, more than midway through the first quarter, and Sophie stays hot now in the starting lineup. Mitchell, up top, step back, launches a three, it's good! The hooper from Cincy makes history! Kelsey Mitchell has now hit 607 threes and counting, the most ever for an Indiana Fever player. She passes the legendary Tamika Catchings. That does it for the first 10 minutes. The Fever trail by 8 on the road in Brooklyn. It's New York 32, Indiana 24. Still Fever ball with 13 on the shot clock, 6:46 to go in the half. Cunningham triggers it into McDonald. Downhill right, bounce pass, Howard, reverse layup. It's good. Pretty pass and a nice finish. 5 on the floor here, McDonald, Mitchell, Howard, Boston, and Cunningham. Airy runs point. One-handed pass to Mitchell, right wing. Driving on the baseline. Slings it left corner, Cunningham. 7 on the shot clock. Sophie in front of the Fever bench. Bounces towards the foul line. Has a lane and lays it in. Going right at the intermission in New York. The Fever trail the Liberty 53-38. So work to do in the second half. But back here with Bria Gosh, Sean Nolan, our engineer, Chris Machkowski, Eddie Garrison back in studio. Bria, you're someone who grew up watching Tamika Catchings, the Hall of Famer. Her name at the top of almost every record there is in franchise history. But now Kelsey has caught her. And before we get your reaction, let's take a listen to a special message from Tamika.
Hey, Kels. Just wanted to say congratulations. As always, I'm super proud of you. And yet another record broken. Of course, this is just the beginning. Keep it going. Records are meant to be broken, but if there's anybody that would break it, I'm glad that it's you. So congratulations. I love you. I'm super proud of you. And let's go, Fever. Get that dub.
Man, what a special moment for Kelsey Mitchell to just kind of share something that many people won't even have the opportunity to scratch that surface. So, and then somebody who is great and just the epitome of what you want in a women's basketball player, Tamika Catchings, to have passed her. I think that this is a moment where, Kelsey, there's many times where you don't get your flowers, but girl, you better get every bit of one of these flowers that's coming your way because you have worked for it and you deserve them. And I know this is a tough situation right now here. However, take in the moment. I think being able to be yet another all-star and being able to be and play with some great players, nobody can take this away from you. And this is something that, again, your dad would be so proud of you on. Tamika Catchings, what a beautiful shared moment there. And the message is nothing short of greatness. And everything that she has done for the game by itself, speaks volumes. But come back and be embraced as you continue to just set these milestones.
Yeah, as you described, there are two amazing players and somehow even better people. And speaking of Tamika, it was really cool to see back in Indy an official dedication for the new mural downtown on Mass Ave, celebrating
beautiful
the Hall of Famer. And who knows, maybe one day Kelsey deserving of a mural herself. Well, 50 Cent playing in the background here in New York, his home city. Not good news. The Fever gave up more than 50 points in that first half. They're down 53-38. We're back with more halftime coverage from Barclays Center. After this, you're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Need a winning play for your halftime hunger? Chicken Salad Chick has you covered. We make every recipe from scratch daily with the freshest ingredients because you deserve nothing less than delicious. Enjoy 12 varieties of chicken salad, pimento cheese, and egg salad at any of our 7 local restaurants. Chicken Salad Chick is a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. Learn more at chickensaladchick.com.
Hey fans, Sophie Cunningham here. If you have private student loan debt and are behind or even in default, you gotta call my friends at YRefi. YRefi refinances private student loans that others won't touch, and they provide you with a custom loan payment based on your ability to pay. And YRefi does not care what your credit score is. Just give them a call at 888-YRefi-34. That's 888-YRefi-34. Or go to YRefi.com. That's YREFY.com.
What's the hottest ticket in town? The Indiana Fever. The best way to get there? Indigo. Catch the fever by catching the bus. Indigo's Mikey acts as your fast break pass to experience high-octane Fever basketball, all while avoiding parking fees and traffic jams. Playing your Fever game night with Indigo. Visit indigo.net/how-to-ride to plan your trip and get connected to Mikey. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the game. Indigo. The best way to catch the fever.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise.
Many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
I'm Lynn Dunn, Senior Advisor to the Indiana Fever. I've seen the power of women who lead, at home, on the court, and in life. If you think your child may be showing signs of autism, trust your gut. Early detection matters. Don't wait, don't wonder. Visit daymar.org today. You'll find answers, support, and a team that walks beside you. Every child deserves a chance, and the right assist can change everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to recognize U.S. Foods, a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. At U.S. Foods, quality is their top priority. From sourcing the finest ingredients to delivering exceptional products, they are committed to helping customers succeed. Whether it's in the kitchen or on the court, they support the highest levels of excellence. Thank you, U.S. Foods, for your dedication to quality and supporting our team, who's also driven to be the best. U.S. Foods, we help you make it.
This is Natasha Howard, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Halftime in New York, where the Fever trailed the Liberty 53-38. Individually for the Fever in the first half, Howard had 8 points. Sophie Cunningham starting for the first time this year, 5 points. Also 5 for Aaliyah Boston. But Aaliyah 0 for 4 from the field. She scored all 5 of her points at the line. This is out of the norm for the league leader in field goal percentage. At about almost 60% on the year. Erin McDonald starting in place of Caitlin Clark with 2 points. Kelsey Mitchell, only double-figure score with 13. Off the bench, Damaris Dantas had 5. Lexi Holp, coming off the bench tonight, didn't score, didn't take a shot, as a matter of fact. Does Veer have any chance of rallying in the second half? You figure Lexi's got to be more involved. And then Sydney Colson played but did not score. Caitlin Clark out with the right groin injury. Michaela Timpson and Brianna Turner did not play in that first half. Fever shot only 32% from the field. Again, this is an Indiana team that leads the league collectively in shooting at 46% on the year, but maybe some tired legs here given the recent schedule. 4 of 15 from 3. That's just 26%. They were 10 of 12 at the line, 83%. Had 9 assists, but only 12 made shots. So a good assist rate, but just not enough makes. On the other side, New York, meanwhile, shot 58% from the field, 35% at the line, 6 for 6 at the line, 35% from 3. Third quarter after this, you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
The Indiana Fever trust Ortho Indy as their official orthopedic provider, and so can you. From game-time injuries to everyday mishaps, Ortho Indy Urgent Care is your fast, affordable alternative to the ER. Walk in, skip the wait, and see an orthopedic expert. No appointment needed. Injuries happen. Ortho Indy is ready. Find a location near you at orthoindy.com. Ortho Indy, trusted by the pros. Here for you.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through June 2nd, 2025.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
From buzzer beaters to buzzbait and cornhole to canoes, Academy Sports and Outdoors has all you need to find your fun. And when fun's the goal, anything is possible. We're here for pre-game gear-ups, camping trip do-withouts, and days when the best things in life happen right outside your back door. Swing by your local indie stores in Avon, Westfield, Greenwood, and Bloomington for the top brands in the game at undefeatable prices. There's no match for fun, and fun can't lose at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Did you know up to 50% of outdoor water use is wasted? And did you know that there are things you can do to help change that? Indiana American Water suggests that you water early or late in the day to reduce evaporation. Also, be sure to fix any leaks and skip watering when rain is in the forecast. Consider rain barrels, mulch your garden, and use drip irrigation for your plants. Be water wise. Conserve today, sustain tomorrow. Find more conservation tips at Indiana American Water's Wise Water Use Resources at indianaamwater.com.
Third quarter underway. Aaliyah Boston, right baseline, mid-range jumper, splashes it in after Breanna Stewart. Breanna Stewart had a couple to begin the second half for New York. So Indiana trailing 55-40. 50 seconds gone by now in the third quarter. Fever going left to right this half in the white uniforms. Pick and roll. Mitchell and Howard. Tosh gets rejected by Stewart. Ball out of bounds on the baseline. Last off Howard. Just that kind of night.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It looked like a volleyball block as the timing has just been so good for the Liberty.
Adding insult to injury, it went off Howard's head. Sabrina Ionescu between the rings for New York in the black uniforms, and an offensive foul is called on the Liberty. Away from the ball. It's Sabali setting an illegal screen on Boston. So Fever ball down 55-40. It's the final half before the All-Star break. McDonald at point for the Fever. And Caitlin Clark out with the right groin injury. Steph White saying she's day-to-day. McDonald to Boston, right block. And Aaliyah shot short, rebounded by Sabali. New York, right to left. Ionescu matched up against Mitchell. Dishes, top of the key. Fevic, catch and shoot. Nothing but net. Biggest deficit tonight for the Fever, down by 18. Cunningham, left baseline, reverse layup. Good. 58-42. This Fever team has been resilient over the course of the year. Hey, they just have to look back at New York's last game. The Liberty were down 19 against Atlanta and pulled off the biggest comeback win in the league this year. Ionescu tees it up right wing, and she hits. New York still hot in the second half.
You're absolutely right. I mean, just getting that momentum has got to be key, but my goodness, you can't get that momentum back leaving Sabrina Ionescu wide open.
And can't trade twos for threes, down 61-42. Mitchell left corner three. Misfire. Howard offensive rebound on the baseline. Dishes to Kelsey. Skip pass. AB wants three. Can't get it. Back rim. Rebound New York. Ionescu dribbling hip high with the left hand, motioning the offense with a right index finger. Bounce pass to Cloud. The two of them both among the league leaders in assists. As Ionescu passes, backdoor cut Stewart, left baseline, banks it in. Timeout, Fever. This one's getting away. 7:20 to go in the third quarter, and the Fever trail 63-42. In New York, it's a timeout for us as well. And you're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Better water starts with a free water analysis from C&J Water, proud partner of the Indiana Fever. From hard water solutions to pure, great-tasting drinking water, C&J Water is committed to helping you enjoy better water in every glass, load of laundry, and shower. Schedule your free water analysis today at cnjwater.com and discover how much better your water can be. C&J Water, local, trusted, and the choice of the Indiana Fever.
Hosting a watch party? Score big with catering from Chicken Salad Chick. From tailgates to team celebrations, we bring fresh, flavorful chicken salad inside straight to your event. With 12 crave-worthy flavors, there's something for every fan. Order your game day spread at chickcatering.com. Proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever.
Hey fans, Sophie Cunningham here. If you have private student loan debt and are behind or even in default, you gotta call my friends at YRefi. YRefi refinances private student loans that others won't touch, and they provide you with a custom loan payment based on your ability to pay. And YRefi does not care what your credit score is. Just give them a call at 888-YRefi-34. That's 888-YRefi-34. Or go to YRefi.com. That's YREFY.com.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Parents notice when something feels off. A look, a sound, a movement, a silence. Parents don't need all the answers, just the courage to ask the right questions. If a child may be showing signs of autism, early detection matters. DAMAR is here to help with answers, support, and a team ready to help. Visit damar.org today. Every child deserves a chance, and sometimes the most powerful move is to ask for help.
This is Sophie Cunningham, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Sophie, a vocal leader for this Fever team, communicating with her teammates coming out of the huddle. 7:20 to go, third quarter. Indiana down in New York, 63-42. Bria, what did you see during that timeout?
I saw a fired-up Coach Steph White as she quickly took that timeout to see if she could get her team back in action. But, it's not just the missed shots. It's the lack of effort and energy on that defensive end to see if they can slow down Stewie.
Not to alibi it, but they just look tired, understandably, as Kelsey Mitchell carves through traffic, but misses the floater. Rebound, Stewart and New York. Half-court offense on the left side. Harrison, left arc, guarded by Boston. Shot clock at 10. Ball loose and stolen by Cunningham. Transition for the Fever left to right. Lexi Hull back in the game off the bench. Passes to Cunningham straight on to McDonald right wing. Step back three over Ionescu, and she puts it in. A much needed three for McDonald. Still an 18-point deficit though, 63-45, and a foul on the Fever. Trying to be more physical against Stewart, but whistled for it, and it's on Lexi. 6:31 to go, third quarter.
It's got to feel good for McDonald to see one go through. She had two pretty good wide open shots early in the game where it just did not go down, so it's got to feel good to get that one off.
Harry does have 4 assists. Aaliyah, by the way, with 5 assists. Right now defending against Stewart. Turnaround shot right baseline. No, boarded by Boston. It's the third carom she's collected as well. Sydney Colson in off the bench for McDonald. Lobs a pass right wing. Kelsey. Mitchell sends it left corner. Cunningham to hole. Her three short. Long rebound. Cloud for New York with pace. Pulls at the right elbow. Short on the mid-range jumper. Rebounded by Colson for the Fever. Sydney to Lexi. Left sideline. Going baseline. Loses control. Turnover. Turnovers haven't been a major issue for the Fever tonight. That's their 6th. York, which went almost the first quarter without a giveaway, has wound up turning it over 7 times. Stewart's got a double-double already, 17 points, 10 rebounds, also 5 assists. Gives it up to Cloud, right arc. Now to Stewart, posting on Cunningham. That's a mismatch. Bounce pass as the double comes. Left wing three, and it's buried by Harrison. 66-45. Fever trailed Liberty by 21. 5:25 to go. Quarter 3.
Make that 6 assists too there by Stewie.
Mitchell drives left lane, sends it right corner to Hull, to Colson, right arc. Crossover dribble into the black paint. Snaps a pass to Boston, left elbow, out on the wing. Hull, left side, long two, no good as the shot clock was about to expire and she had to force it. Air ball. And New York gets it with 5:07 to go in the third.
That's tough. She kind of lost the handle there, which made her jump shot look a little funny, but she knows the type caliber shooter that she is. Got to finish that one strong.
Second half of a back-to-back, 5th game in 8 days, 3 cities. Stewart driving on Hull, and she puts it in. 68-45. Paint points for Stewart. New York's been dominant there. 34 points in the paint. The Fever have 16. Mitchell, top of the arc. Guarded by Fevich. Slings it. Boston, right perimeter. A bounce handoff. Cunningham for three. Good. 68-48. Fever down 20. 4:20 to go. Third quarter. Second triple tonight for Cunningham. Fever have 6 as a team, but New York has 8. Cloud between the rings, floats a pass, right block, Fevich, turnaround shot, no good mid-post, rebound, Cunningham, power play for Indiana, 5-on-4, a defender behind the play for New York, Harrison, and Indiana turns it over now, Stewart up ahead of the pack, gets by Colson, good, and a foul. 70-48 with 3:57 left in the third quarter.
And that was a tough stretch there for the Fever as they had a beautiful opportunity with numbers there. We had a player hit the floor on the Liberty and pushing in transition. Just maybe 1 or 2 dribbles, a little bit too much. A little too aggressive.
So now Mitchell out, McDonald in. It's McDonald, Colson, Hull, Cunningham, and Boston. Stewart drills the free throw. 22 points for her to lead all scorers. 71-48. Fever on the right side. Foul on New York. Off ball. Harrison, the culprit, palms up as she complains about it. But overall, not much to complain about from the Liberty perspective. And this crowd, which, by the way, the Liberty, the defending champs, they have quite the fan base. So this is not quite as an amazing crowd as we saw in San Francisco, but Fever fans not able to get as many tickets here. Trading turnovers, ball loose on the left side of the floor. Hull scoops it up to Cunningham across the Torch logo in seafoam green. Between the rings, angling left. Sophie driving, lost the ball. Ionescu races down the floor right to left, and she's fouled by McDonald. Airy motioning with her right elbow that Ionescu was fouling her. With 3:22 to go in the third quarter, Fever down 71-48.
Yes, Sophie Cunningham not too happy about that foul call as she expressed that was about the exact same.
Ionescu inbounds from the left sideline, cross court to Johannes, who cans a triple in the corner, and another timeout called by Stephanie White. We'll keep it here with 3:19 left in the third quarter. And I hate to say it, but clearly the least competitive game of the season so far for the Fever, and you could kind of feel it coming as now Ellie, the Liberty's popular mascot, helping to lead a dance party here for New York as they get the All-Star festivities and the party started a little bit early.
It's electric in here, and one thing about going into the break halfway through the season is going off on a high note, and I know that was probably at the focal point for both teams, but the Liberty, from a standpoint of just making shots, 60%, 50% from threes, and then 100% from the free throw line. So, you know, it's a tough situation and tough hole that the Fever have dug themselves in, but to keep it optimistic, there's still plenty of time in the game to see if they can start cutting into this lead. And one thing about it is they're not going to be able to do that in one shot, one possession. They've got to start chipping away to see if they can get some momentum going.
KK Timpson will get some action off the bench, trying to maybe play a role in changing the momentum of this game. So it's Timpson, McDonald, Colson, Hull, and Boston. With 3:19 left in the third quarter. Speaking of All-Star festivities coming up, tickets are on sale not just for Friday and Saturday night at Cambridge Fieldhouse, but also for Fever Fest coming to Everwise Amphitheater at White River State Park on Saturday. Go to feverbasketball.com to find out more. Indiana in the white unis, left to right. McDonald, left perimeter. Kicks it, left corner, Lexi feeds left block. KK around the rim, and Stewart says no. She now has 4 blocks to go at the 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists, but actually makes a mistake. Lost the handle driving left lane. Ball collected by Hull, who's then fouled by Stewart, who lost her balance and inadvertently hugged her.
Was it fouled or was it tackled? I'm not sure. But again, that was all just the speed of your downhill motion. Couldn't put on the brakes. And she just ran straight over Lexi Hull.
Terminates the clock with 2:52 to go in the third quarter. Fever ball down 74-48. McDonald across the midcourt logo. Bounce pass to Aaliyah, left wing, back to McDonald. Sends it left corner. Hull feeds left block. Timpson backing down Stewart. The rookie rises and scores over her.
Well,
KK fearless. And it's 74-50 with 2.5 to go in the third.
Okay, KK, I see you.
Kind of regardless of the circumstances of this game, that's got to be a major confidence boost for the first-year player from Florida State.
Yes.
And now in the half-court left side, a foul on the Fever on the floor.
You know what? You brought up a good point. Scoring on some top-notch players does something to your confidence. I remember as a sophomore, I scored on Elena Deladon when we played them in the NCAA tournament. Boy, did I feel good. That was my only 2 points of the game, but I felt good.
That's spectacular as now McDonald steals the inbounds pass, pulls and connects from the right wing for three. Timeout called by the Liberties head coach, Sandy Brondello. We'll keep it here with 2:10 to go in the third quarter. 74-53, so the Fever had been down by 26. Trim it to 21 as Bria picks up the name drop from the floor here at Barclays Center.
I know, right?
I thought you were going to go back to your high school era when you made the game-winning shot as a sophomore to win the state championship against Skylar Diggins.
You know.
And her school from South Bend.
You know, that game actually set me apart from being just De'Ara's little sister or the other Goss sister. I was able to make a name for myself just because of that game. Now, I can't say that I scored on Skylar Diggins for the game winner. He was her teammate. However, either way, we got the win, which, you know, ultimately led to an incredible 81-game winning streak at Ben Davis High School.
Incredible, yeah. Not only best in the state, but one of the best programs in the entire country.
Yes.
So 74-53. Liberty have the lead, but Coach Brondello, who's led not only the Liberty, but the Phoenix Mercury to a WNBA championship, trying to make sure her team stays locked in here.
Yeah, it's one of those things. When you have a big lead, you start, utilizing the bench a little bit more. The passes aren't as crisp. You're not taking the best shots. You might be a little bit more loose with the ball. So kind of getting them back in check is important.
All kind of human nature. So 2 and change to go in the third quarter. Liberty in black right to left. McDonald picks up Ionescu near midcourt. Gives it up. Johannes, right perimeter. Sends it over on the left side. Harrison, runner, no off glass. Rebound, Dantas for the Fever. McDonald front court right. Speeding against Ionescu. Now slows it down. Triggers it near midcourt. Dantas. She angles towards the right sideline. Bounce pass McDonald. 8 on the shot clock. McDonald's right wing. Launches again. Brick that one. Timpson skies in. Nearly had an offensive rebound, but instead controlled by New York.
Got up on that. I'd like to see the vertical on her.
Yeah, KK might be the best overall athlete on the team, and she demonstrates that on defense with a rejection of Harrison. McDonald's left perimeter. Crosses over, bounce pass, Dantas left block, over Ionescu, misses, too strong off glass, rebound Harrison. Right now, all the armchair coaches on Twitter or X are saying, where were these picks for KK in the first half?
I know, right? Might be the biggest steal of the draft there.
Yeah, that's what GMs around the league said. Final minute, third quarter, and Timpson has a steal. KK left to right, drives, ball touched out of bounds by Ionescu. As the vet says, hey, yeah, we know how to play as well. But nevertheless, again, you can just kind of see the confidence oozing for Timpson, the bouncy 6'2", 22-year-old.
She's going to look back at that very play and probably kick herself in the foot a little bit. You got to be able to, especially on that left side, dribble with that left hand, go up strong.
Colson, baseline out of bounds from the O in York. Fires it into Hull, right block. She misses and then gives it up to Timpson, who scores left post.
Hey.
Unselfish play by Alexi. And another factor right there from Timpson. 74-55, final half minute, third quarter. Enescu left elbow, bounce pass, may have been kicked, no call. Instead, it's a steal for Dantas, who then has the ball knocked out of bounds from behind by Jalen Sherrod. Second-year player from Colorado. She's the 10th player in their current 10-player rotation.
Yeah.
Remember, one thing that's scary to think about, New York right now playing with out one of their starters, and John Paul Jones is out with an ankle injury, but is expected to play next Tuesday, first game after the All-Star break between these two teams. Colson, right baseline, Nitty, no offensive board. Dantas in the black paint, fadeaway, and she knocks it down from in front of the foul line. 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. Sabrina from midcourt, no good off glass. And that wraps up quarter number 3. Fever were down as many as 26. Now they trail by 17. It's 74-57 in New York. You're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with Healthy Indiana plan benefits, we help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to recognize U.S. Foods, a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. At U.S. Foods, quality is their top priority. From sourcing the finest ingredients to delivering exceptional products, they are committed to helping customers succeed. Whether it's in the kitchen or on the court, they support the highest levels of excellence. Thank you, U.S. Foods, for your dedication to quality and supporting our team, who's also driven to be the best. U.S. Foods, we help you make it.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Area Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
When it comes to your education, WGU helps you stay in the game. Whether you're working full-time, raising a family, or juggling both, WGU's online accredited programs help you earn a degree in business, technology, education, or healthcare on your schedule. You can even score your degree faster by taking tests and turning in assignments as soon as you're ready. Join the thousands of students across Indiana who are making big plays for their future. Learn more at WGU.edu.
What's the hottest ticket in town? The Indiana Fever. The best way to get there? Indigo. Catch the fever by catching the bus. Indigo's Mikey acts as your fast break pass to experience high-octane Fever basketball, all while avoiding parking fees and traffic jams. Plan your Fever game night with Indigo. Visit indigo.net/how-to-ride to plan your trip and get connected to Mikey. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the game. Indigo. The best way to catch the fever.
This is the exclusive radio home of the Indiana Fever.
WIBC HD2, W298BB, WIBC HD3, W228CX, Indianapolis.
This is Lexi Hull, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Lexi and the Fever trail the Liberty in New York 74-57. Thanks so much for making us part of your Wednesday night. Some would say it's a little bit of a lull on the sports calendar. You got the ESPYs on the TV side tonight where Caitlin Clark won the WNBA Player of the Year award.
Wow.
Pretty soon football training camp for the Colts and everyone else will start. Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys this year in Jets and more specifically Giants country. So maybe the only time that the Liberty fans have had something to boo about tonight was when they showed a cowboy on the big screen between quarters. Fourth quarter now. Fever have the ball attacking the basket on the right side. Ari McDonald guarded by Breanna Stewart. Stewart's so versatile. Over to Hull at the foul line to Colson on the left wing. One on the shot clock, and Dantas doesn't get a shot off. So Fever turn it over on the opening possession of the fourth quarter.
That's a tough one, too, because they were able to build so much momentum there at the end of that third quarter. And a lot of it came from KK, which she's a +9 right now and trying to be that energy spark.
Yeah, she's out there on the floor right now with McDonald, Colson, Dantas, and Hull. Ionescu drives right baseline down to the left elbow, bounce pass to a cutting Cloud, who scores left of the basket, off glass, 76-57. New York's second best record in the W this year, behind only Minnesota. Fever managed to beat the Lynx without Caitlin in the Commissioner's Cup Championship. Different story tonight. Now Dantas left baseline, fouled on the floor.
And I want to just point out, too, they put all 5 starters back in for the Liberty. See if they can get some momentum going. And where we only had 1, now we have a couple subs coming in. But our only 1 starter was McDonald, who kind of led the way there on that little run.
Hull, McDonald, Timpson out, so it's Mitchell back in. She gets it right wing. Lollipop pass at Dantas, backing down Stewart. Up and under, DD fouled. Will shoot 2. We were talking before about the rookie Timpson's confidence soaring. Got to remember, Damiris Dantas was the premier player in the AmeriCup tournament, international play in recent weeks. Leading scorer in that event. Her Brazilian team wound up runner-up to USA basketball. First free throw for Dantas, and it rattles in despite the distraction of the fans clanging the thunder sticks in seafoam green. And last night, the Fever were on the road against Connecticut and Boston. They gave fans thunder sticks there, and most of them didn't use them because they were actually rooting for the Fever.
Yeah.
Second free throw also good for Dantas. 76-59, under 9 minutes to go in the game. Ionescu, who will be on Team Clark Saturday night at Cambridge. To Cloud, right lane runner, no good off the window. Saved on the sideline by Sabali. No, it wasn't. Out of bounds. Yara's sister, Satu, will be a participant over the weekend as well.
Yeah.
So she was out of bounds. Fever ball as Steph still trying to coach him up. Standing near the scorer's table. Front court right. Mitchell at the Barclays Center logo. Cross court pass. Sophie fakes. Now fires off the side of the rim to the right. And a foul in pursuit of the rebound against the Liberty.
That's a tough one. And I know I was, especially when you have a bigger player on you, Cloud was just trying to make sure Aaliyah Boston didn't get the ball by any means necessary. And maybe just a little bit too physical there from Cloud as she just put her hands up in disbelief.
Colson inbounding near the Liberty bench, and her pass deflected out by Sabali. 8:22 to go in the ball game. The Fever trailed the Liberty 76-59. Last game before the All-Star break. Stewart, by the way, she'll be on Nafisa Collier's team against Caitlin's team. And in case you missed it earlier, we don't know yet whether or not Caitlin will be able to go, given the right groin injury. 5 in the shot clock. Colson right elbow to a cutting Cunningham, who scores right to the hoop. Off balance and all. 76-61. So the Fever down by 26 before it. Get to within 15. Cloud launches. Left corner 3. Good in front of the Fever bench. 79-61. 9th assist of the game for Ionescu.
It's a big shot there. I mean, what could have been a steal ended up being 3.
Boston tees it up right arc. Misses the 3-ball. Rebound Cloud with pace right to left. Gives it up to Ionescu. Left wing. Ionescu driving baseline on Boston. Stops and is blocked by Boston. Ball loose underneath. Ionescu very clearly out of bounds. Took a couple of seconds for Catherine Kang to blow the whistle. Fever ball.
You know what? Maybe we didn't hear it because there are games where that whistle seems so foreign. We can never hear because of the crowd.
Looks like a sellout here. More than 17,200. Wow. Mitchell, right perimeter. On the dribble to Colson. Catch and shoot. Left side 3. Doesn't go. Fever shooting about 33% from the field. New York at 56%. Stewart, cross-court pass right to left to Cloud. Dribbles up top So Ionescu, left wing, has Boston on her. Shoots over the post. No good. Rebound Cunningham. Sophie with long white sleeves on. Bounces right side near the Liberty bench to Boston. Short corner right to Dantas. Right side three. Back rimmed it. Rebound New York. 6:45 to play. Fever down 79-61. Stewart in the paint. Touch pass. Sabali sticks a three in front of the Indiana bench. Timeout Steph White. The Fever are just helpless tonight on the road in New York. Down by 20. 81-61. 6:35 till the All-Star break. And you're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
The Indiana Fever trust Ortho Indy as their official orthopedic provider, and so can you. From game-time injuries to everyday mishaps, Ortho Indy Urgent Care is your fast, affordable alternative to the ER. Walk in, skip the wait, and see an orthopedic expert. No appointment needed. Injuries happen. Ortho Indy is ready. Find a location near you at orthoindy.com. Ortho Indy, trusted by the pros. Here for you.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through June 2nd, 2025.
From hook shots to fishing hooks and backyard grills to lake chills, Academy Sports and Outdoors has all you need to find your fun this season. And when fun's the goal, anything is possible. We're here for pre-game gear-ups, camping trip do-withouts, and days when the best things in life happen right outside your back door. Swing by your local Academy or shop academy.com for the top brands in the game at undefeatable prices. There's no match for fun, and fun can't lose at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Fever fans, get ready to bring the heat. It's game day and Chicken Salad Chick is here to fuel your fandom. With 12 fresh, made-from-scratch chicken salad flavors, pimento cheese, and egg salad, we've got the perfect meal for every fan. Dine in with us, grab a meal to go, or order ahead for pickup. With 7 local restaurants, deliciousness is always within reach. Chicken Salad Chick is a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. Visit chickensaladchick.com to order now.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
This is Sydney Colson, and you're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Sid's going to be performing stand-up on Saturday at Fever Fest, part of the All-Star festivities. Looking forward to that, but no laughing matter here as the Fever trail the Liberty 81-61 with 6:35 to go in this game with Bria Goss, John Nolan. No, New York, they were one of the original teams in the W back in 1997. For a long time, they were under the same ownership as the Knicks. They played at Madison Square Garden. Their mascot was a dog named Maddie. Right now, a pop from the fans as former Yankee Tino Martinez, part of that dynasty, gets introduced up on the big screens. And then the Liberty moved here to Barclays Center, now under the same ownership as the Nets. They changed mascots. We'll tell you more about that later.
Yes.
It's that kind of game where we're teasing the mascot history.
Right.
It's the Fever trail by 20. Really the first time this year that they have napped it in a game in the second half. Cunningham, right wing three after the timeout. Short, and the ball goes above the backboard out of bounds. You like the current Liberty mascot, Ellie, right?
I do. Big fan of Ellie. She puts a lot of work and a lot of talent into being who she is, and it's so fun to watch. She's great entertainer.
Maybe the competition for second best mascot in the W after Freddie, obviously.
Well, I'll say third because little Freddie.
You're right. In a class of their own.
Yeah.
Stewart, right elbow with 4 on the shot clock. Cloud up top for 3. Air ball out of bounds with 5:48 to go. Fever get it trailing 81-61. Fever have already allowed more points in this game than they do on average this year.
Yeah. There's still 5 minutes and 48 seconds to go, so as Sabrina comes out, maybe they can get something a little bit more offensively focused.
Fever have McDonald, Mitchell, Boston, Cunningham, and Timpson out there. It's Mitchell at the foul line. Now outside the arc up top to Timpson, right wing. Handoff McDonald, 7 on the shot clock. Staunch defense from New York. McDonald left elbow, nothing doing. Shot clock at 1. Sophie heaves, misses from the left wing. Loose underneath, and Timpson saves it on the baseline as she threw it off of Cloud. The Fever get to keep it. And KK Timpson has been the player of the game for Indiana.
Agreed. Just coming in. I know, she didn't play a whole lot yesterday. She came in today with freshish legs compared to everybody else. So coming in, you got to be able to see how they're scoring on offense, where the holes are on their defense, see if you can make a difference.
In a game where they trail by 20, she's +7. Cunningham inbounds to McDonald, right corner near the Liberty bench. Shot clock at 8. Boston, top of the arc to Cunningham. Shot clock at 5. And Sophie has it stolen away by Johannes. Outlet, Stewart, right lane. Got away with steps, lays it in. 24 points for Stewart. And the Fever are down by 22, more than midway through the fourth quarter. Mitchell, right perimeter, guarded by Stewart, using that length. Stewart, or I should say Mitchell, the blow-by against Stewart, scores and 1. All-star on all-star right there.
Yeah, seriously, and I don't even know how she was able to squeak through the defense. It looked super crowded, not just with Stewie being there, but the help side defense was also there.
4:48 left, 83-63. Fever on the wrong side of that as the southpaw Mitchell stands at the right foul line. Mentioned 17,200 plus here. The top section of seats behind the basket on that right end is actually tarped off. Some renovations here in the summer. Free throw good. 83-64. And Johannes Ingles to the right sideline. The end with the Nets. Retired numbers hanging. Their ABA championship banners. Harrison driving right. And she's fouled by Dantas. Couple free throws for Harrison on the left side. Back on the right baseline now, Ellie has taken a seat with the photographers. So they had the mascot, Maddie, but they figured, okay, we're not playing at Madison Square Garden anymore. It doesn't make sense to have Maddie as the mascot. First free throw, good. So there's actually a connection between the borough of Brooklyn and elephants. Before the grand opening of the Brooklyn Bridge back in 1883, a lot of people were worried about whether or not that bridge was going to be strong enough to maintain all the traffic. Second free throw, a swish. So to display that the bridge was safe, P.T. Barnum, the circus guy, he got 20 plus elephants to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. Stunt helped everyone feel safer going forward. And then, now all these years later, it's Ellie, the elephant mascot for the Liberty. Dantas right post, banks it in. 85-66, 4 and change to go in New York.
That was a strong move. We usually see DD with a fadeaway, but she went through the contact there.
DD herself has a positive plus-minus off the bench like Timpson. And now on defense, the Fever forced an offensive foul. It's against Febish. McDonald drawing it. McDonald, Timpson, Dantas, Hull, and Colson here with under 4 to go in the Fever, trailing by 19. McDonald races left lane, kicks, corner 3. Lexi knocks it down. Timeout Liberty with 3:48 to go. Some late life for the Fever, but still down 85-69. And when we come back, we'll see if it's possible to have an electric play of the game powered by IBEW Local 481. 3:48 left. Fever trailing 85-69, and you're listening to Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Better Water starts with a free water analysis from C&J Water, proud partner of the Indiana Fever. From hard water solutions to pure, great-tasting drinking water, C&J Water is committed to helping you enjoy better water in every glass, load of laundry, and shower. Schedule your free water analysis today at cnjwater.com and discover how much better your water can be. C&J Water, local, trusted, and the choice of the Indiana Fever.
I'm Lynn Dunn, Senior Advisor to the Indiana Fever. I've seen the power of women who lead at home, on the court, and in life. If you think your child may be showing signs of autism, trust your gut. Early detection matters. Don't wait, don't wonder. Visit daymar.org today. You'll find answers, support, and a team that walks beside you. Every child deserves a chance, and the right assist can change everything.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more at the grand opening of the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com.
Cover me! This is Kelsey Mitchell, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Mitchell, up top, step back, launches a three. It's good! The hooper from Cincy makes history. Kelsey Mitchell has now hit 607 threes and counting, the most ever for an Indiana Fever player. She passes the legendary Tamika Catchings. Congrats again to Kelsey. Major milestone tonight. However, not enough for the Fever, who trailed the Liberty 85-69 with 3:48 to go now in the fourth quarter at Barclays Center, where the Liberty fans wearing the seafoam green are on their feet.
Yeah, it is electric in here, and there's not too many times where an away game it doesn't have that home game feel, so it's a great test, especially going forward in the season.
Too much Stewie tonight. Breanna Stewart, 24 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, and 4 block shots. And the Fever without Caitlin Clark. Coming out of the timeout, Johannes makes a three off 1 foot, which she typically does unbelievably. Yeah. She is a special performer out of France. Yeah. 88-69. New York now with 11 triples to 8 for Indiana. Dantas misses one from the left wing, and then a foul on the Fever, fighting for the rebound. Cloud, starting point guard, still in there, hitting the deck on the black paint. 3:08 to go, 88-69. I know a term you definitely hear in the NBA, and now it becomes more applicable in the W too. Scheduling loss. We're just like, the odds are really stacked against you, and that's what the Fever are facing here today. Lexi Hull should have just gotten an offensive foul called. Instead, Harrison got away with a push-off in the paint and then passes into the right corner. And another three, good for New York. 91-69, Gardner with the latest. Everyone contributing for the Liberty. 2:35 to go. Colson trying to lob it into the paint for Dantas, and it's intercepted by Harrison. Kick ahead to Gardner. She gets away with steps and then is fouled by Colson on the way up for 2 near the rim.
That's another tough stretch, and we know this game is all about runs. As Fever were starting to just chip away, and like you said, that very much could have been an offensive foul. Maybe her feet, just the heels of her feet were in that zone.
First free throw good for Gardner. By the way, the Liberty have had 7 different players make a three in this game.
50%, 12 for 24.
Earlier this year, they tied a WNBA record for threes in a game with 19. Second free throw misses the mark to the right, rebounded by Lexi. Hole in the front court right side. Angling towards the left. Elbow pulls and connects.
Okay.
92-71 with 2:15 to play. Kennedy Burke, she's been one of the premier three-point shooters in the league this year. She's pressured near the logo by Timpson. Now Johannes, right wing, sends it to Burke. Left side, three over Timpson, and she knocks it down. (95-71). McDonald racing right lane. Her pass is intercepted by Gardner. Transition for New York. Johannes. Transition triple. Oh, my. The team with the Torch logo is on fire with 1:47 to go. Stephanie White calls it timeout. This is still a teachable moment for this group as they once again adjust to life without Caitlin Clark. But how about the sniping here from the Liberty with 1:47 to go. They're up to 98 points, 98-71.
And that was tough. Tough stretch there. Again, people were really just chipping away, but they have so many different scorers from outside the paint, inside the paint, the steps. So you just got to be able to. And this team is missing a starter. One of the best coaches in the game.
The finals MVP last year, Jonquel Jones, who had a double-double when the Liberty won at Cambridge Fieldhouse in May. That game came down to the wire. And then in the rematch, Indiana prevailed. That's when Caitlin came back from injury the first time, had that crazy sequence, the 3 threes in a 38-second sequence, but no CC tonight. And not to alibi it, but back-to-back, 5 games, 8 days, 3 cities. I don't know about you, but honestly, I'm tired, and I don't even do anything.
Exactly. And that's exactly what, from travel to the mental preparation to the ups and downs, the flights. It's a tough situation, you know?
I went with a second cold brew today, and it still hasn't even been enough.
Really? Think about you. You're always going to find the cold brew.
365. 1:45 to go in the game. Fever have it following the timeout. Dantas tees up a right wing three, no good. Alexi battles for the offensive board and redirects it to airy left perimeter. Driving right, banks it in over Johannes. Nice take by the 5'6", fearless 26-year-old.
Yeah, that was, she just got it right where it needs to be off that glass.
Johannes lollipops a pass to Harrison. She puts up a three. Why not? Well, it's because she doesn't draw iron. Misses it off the backboard. Would have been their 8th different player with a three. Dantas, not shy. Left wing. 3-ball in and out. Offensive rebound. Timpson amongst 3 Liberty players. KK scores. Okay, KK.
Okay, KK.
98-75. Last minute in Brooklyn.
Grit. Pure grit from KK.
Off the bench in the second half, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 of them O-boards. Gardner driving into the black paint in front of the foul line, traveled with 40 seconds to go in the game. Credit the Liberty fans here. Most of them still in their seats, not too many trying to beat the traffic or catch the subway. 40 seconds left. Fever ball down 98-75. Fever had put up 102 on the Liberty in that win last month. Good news for Indiana. They get a chance at redemption in their next game. First one after the All-Star break here on Tuesday. Quirky scheduling. Colson misses from the right elbow, but a follow-up finish makes it 98-77. With 17 seconds to go, shot clock now off for the Liberty. That was Timpson with the putback.
Yes.
Little exclamation point for her. Liberty will dribble it out. Players start to shake hands, high five on the court. Burke bouncing. There's the buzzer. Final score, New York 98, Indiana 77. And so the Fever have their 3-game win streak snapped ahead of the All-Star break. Fever now 12-11 on the campaign, while The Liberty improved the second best record in the W to 15-6, and now they're on a 3-game winning streak.
Well, yeah, I mean, just the performance that the Liberty were able to put on today, it's a bit scary when you think of the long and short of things. Jonko Jones coming back. There's a push there to the end.
As the Liberty's head coach, Sandy Brondello, hugs the actor Jason Sudeikis, who catches his second Fever game of the season. And Breanna Stewart gets interviewed on the court here post-game. But no happy recap for the Fever here tonight. Final score again, 98-77. We'll wrap it up and look ahead to the All-Star break and what's to come after that when we return. You're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Hey fans, Sophie Cunningham here. If you have private student loan debt and are behind or even in default, you gotta call my friends at YRefi. YRefi refinances private student loans that others won't touch, and they provide you with a custom loan payment based on your ability to pay. And YRefi does not care what your credit score is. Just give them a call at 888-YRefi-34. That's 888-YRefi-34. Or go to yrefy.com. That's YREFY.com.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9 with IT. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through June 2nd, 2025.
The Indiana Fever trust Ortho Indy as their official orthopedic